Hi all. Okay, I thought it was time for an update. Took the car outside and just blew the dust out of her. We're just about ready now to pull, pull the new rear clip out of the mould. I'm going to leave it another 24 hours so it has a good sort of 48 hours plus. Then we'll have a nice white rear clip. We just recoated the doors with white gel coat, so they're going off, so we'll have to sand and buff those up. We've got to touch up the body in a few places where it had some minor imperfections, but like I said, at some point it's going to be a new centre section mould and new door moulds, mainly the door moulds to alter quite a lot of the inside internals, and also I want to have carbon fibre inner skins, A for the lightness, but B really for so you've got a carbon skin on the inside. But yeah, it's nice to see the old girl out. You get a different perspective when it's just parked up in the corner all the time. So taking it to a show at the end of the month, so I'm going to try and get a big push to get all the bits and pieces done. So at least we've got a car with all one colour. Excuse my 80s mix. We have a rear clip mould and inside rear clip mould. Yes, I know it's a bit imbalanced, so I had to put a counterbalance on it to get the rotisserie to turn properly. We have a new component, so we have a new rear clip waiting to just cure a bit longer, and we have the doors. Probably going to need another coat of gel coat before I carry on, but at the moment turning back to the same colour as the rest of it. Oh, a bit of JK, awesome. Not slowing down on the other stuff. We also have now the moulds for the headlamp buckets. They're now basically waiting to cure, so I've finished 2 layers this afternoon, so we'll give them at least 48 hours for pull them. Obviously I don't need to worry too much about dimension stability on the headlamp buckets because, well, it doesn't really matter too much. We'll pull them out. I doubt if I'll get a pair of headlamp or doubt if I'll get a pair of parts out of these moulds for the show, but need to pop to go see Brandon and get some chopped carbon strands for it. We're gonna lay them up in chopped carbon with epoxy layup, and then put some carbon 200 gram at the back just for sheets. But these are realistically, nothing really hangs from them other than there'll be a recirculating fan in there just to draw some air across the headlamp. But effectively they're really just beauty covers. I'll tell you that, I know actually, the small driving lamp and front fog lamp will be bolted to this surface from underneath, so that one will be bolted to it. Anyway, yeah, so they're done. Lotus acquisition of loads of parts, quite a lot of parts actually. We have, yes, there's a guy locally throwing a water meth kit, so couldn't really turn that down. It's going to be handy if we want to run some higher boost levels. We have the 2.8 NA manifolds for the Audi, which basically are used for single turbo conversion. Also have a super damper. A guy was stripping a kit. So we have the Wilwood 4 piston calipers for the rear, and we have the rear complete brake setup. So also modelling a brand new trailing arm, even though I think the Lotus boys call it something else than that, but whatever. That trailing arm is going to be completely different now. Didn't like this single bolt for the trailing arm at the front at 7/16, and it's only in single shear, so we turned that joint through 90 degrees, put a 5/8 bolt and put it in double shear, and then we're going to do a tubular arm, only because why the hell not. The joint itself is going to be heavier than the original joint and rubber joint, but the arm itself, I actually counted it and we were 3.25 kilos, and the original arm's 3.2 kilos, so we're less than 100 grams away from there. So even with welding, we're probably going to be less than 100 grams added for the trailing arm, but the trailing arm will be 4 lengths of probably chromoly or maybe Dolcol, because I can just buy all 1 inch, nice and simple. So basically it's going to be quite a lot stronger, and the front joint will take probably at least 3 times the power. So if there's nothing else, next it's going to rip off as the attachable bracket to the chassis, which will stay the same. We'll just add a different bracket. So oh yeah, also managed to get an ECU for here, so we're running an ECU Masters Black on the Lotus. And the gearbox is now in a container on its way from Germany. So we have our modified O1E with an LSD on the way over. So Lotus obviously comes after the Dragon, but getting reasonably excited about that, albeit it is a pretty much complete mechanical rebuild. About the only damn thing I'm not changing are the front 2 wishbones. I even changed the front hub because I'm going to go different PCD, and the front hub's cast iron, and there's a lot of people do now 70-75 aluminum hub. So we're going to go to a aircraft spec aluminum front hub, so I can design it to mount the disc that I want, and also to go to 114.3 stud pattern, which basically gets me a lot of JDM wheels for this. So anyway, yeah, so Lotus. Oh yeah, Lotus development on the steering wheel. We have now got the blink stop. Take that back and close, it's easier to see. This is the wireless steering wheel controls. So this little tiny box, I'll make a billet extension for the quick release and mount this behind it. They're saying 5 years of continuous use of the battery on this, which, if it's true, that's bloody awesome. Especially for to be honest, only an occasional used car. That'll probably last longer than that. But if I'm only got to change the battery every 5 years, I'm not fussed about that. So this does 8 switching circuits plus 2 analogs. So enough for the 2. We've only got 6 buttons and 2 analog pins. And the advantage I've got with this, to make it simpler, obviously this is the wiring for the steering wheel, so don't have to worry about the wire because it's all here. The box that goes into the car all goes direct to the CAN bus, so it's a simple 4 cable, negative, positive, a CAN high, CAN low, so that's even dead simpler. So, and that'll all go to the PDM and the ECU. So yeah, we now have our wireless steering wheel kit, which would be great because then I can finish off the bloody steering wheel, finish the bracket behind it. So we'll just run a spacer bracket here, and then put that basically behind the 2. I actually want to convert from a warning horn here to a traditional style horn button, because I think that's just going to be easier to remember, if nothing else. So we'll alter that design a little bit from the back, and then I can wire this up. And once I wire that up to there, then I can glue all the little kind of gaps between where the 3D printed grips are, and send that off for trimming, because it would just be nice to have a finished steering wheel. Not much happening here, not until basically the car's finished. So, but there you go, that's the updates on the Dragon. And yeah, needs a bit of a clean up. I'm going to mount the wider seat to the driver's side, put that in for the show, tighten the gear linkage up, so, and put the dash top in. But basically we should have all the body in one colour soon, so, which will be fun. See what reactions we get at the show. See you all soon.